Hello everyone, welcome back to the Banner Saga. We are now on our way to Hawksthorpe. In fact, we are just outside of Hawksthorpe and we will arrive any hour now. Here we go, there it is! In the distance, Hawksthorpe smolders like an old campfire. Actually, if I remember correctly last episode, we arrived in Hawksthorpe and now we actually have a chance to read this. But alas, in the distance, Hawksthorpe smolders like an old campfire. Even from here you can see black figures shambling through it. That looks like a dead town, remarks Ivor, confirming your impressions. There's usually survivors, Oddleif reminds you. Okay, you know what, we can check it out just in case, because Juno is not going to leave Sigerholm without us, as far as I know. You know, short of Sigerholm, like, falling into a giant chasm due to the eruptions, or earthquakes, I suppose. So I think we can spare the time to save some people, of course. Anyway, I hope others would do the same for me. Dredge are nothing we haven't faced before. Ivor grunts, but otherwise says nothing. Besides, it might throw Bellower off the scent a bit. You had a day's march out toward Hawksthorpe. A day. Oh my goodness. We have 1 day of supplies left. I don't know if you saw that. There it is. 1 day left of supplies. Everyone is depressed as fuck. We need to get hammered again to improve morale. As soon as you stepped foot in the small town, you think you've made a mistake. Oh, really? It's thoroughly littered with corpses. Within moments, the dread are upon you as though you stirred up an angry hornet's nest. You draw your weapons. Fa-swing! Here we go. We're going to jump into a battle. I think I'm going to pull back Avend, and I'm going to put Nid right after Ivor, I think. Actually, right after Jill. There we go. She, of course, just joined our party, and we have not been able to use her yet. We'll see what her abilities are like, and then go from there, I suppose. Here we go. Oh, look at this. This isn't too bad. We've got a few grunts. We've got some slingers. Not an issue at all. Okay, let's see. Let's put Rook up with his daughter, followed by Ivor, of course. We'll send Jill and Nid after these two slingers. Crewmere will bring up the rear, of course, behind Ivor and deal with all of these assholes on the left. Okay, we are ready. Blammo. Let's get Rook into position to use his bow immediately. There we go. He can do 4 points of armor break right off the bat. There we go. And that's apparently all of his willpower, basically. That's what it is. We have weak morale, and therefore our willpower has been drained by 1 point. But Alette does not care. She's actually out of range of anyone. I was 1 square too short, apparently. Can she thread the... No, she can't thread the needle, so we'll just... I guess she'll end her turn. Look at that. We'll get Ivor to wedge himself right between these two. Oh, shit. Nid has been knocked out by these slingers already. Well, not knocked out, but she's taken a knock, if you will. Let's get Ivor to spend a point of willpower, and then we can... basically neuter this guy's ability to harm us here with 2 points of willpower. Look at that. We've got 1 grunt down already, and now Ivor is going to receive some pain, I would say. We'll get Jill in position to work on these guys, I guess. Soften them up, tenderize them, if you will. I think Nid will be able to shoot some of these slingers, well, if she doesn't get fucking knocked out already. Look at this. My goodness, she is very nearly dead already, and we haven't even been able to use her. Nid, she has an ability called Bird of Prey, which looks like a sniping ability. 100% to hit, range 7 tiles. My goodness, that is a lot of range. So she's a sniper, basically, and I gotta say, I'm not really that surprised, considering her ability to take out Dredge. When she was up on the hill, you know, just like shooting the arrows down like a trebuchet or what have you. Yeah, she was taking care of business, basically. And yeah, I gotta say, I'm not really surprised at all. Crewmere is going to do 6 points of armor break. I think we gave Crewmere Ivor's old armor break pendant, I think it was. We'll get Rook to move, and he can use his bow yet again and do a lot of strength damage to this guy. We'll just do 6 for now. That should be fine. And then maybe Alette can take him out, possibly, or she can do a little bit more oh my goodness. We're taking a lot of damage, unfortunately, from these slingers and everything. Actually, I should have moved Alette over and used Thread the Needle, but you live and you learn. She'll do 4 points of strength damage instead to this guy. There you have it. We've got 2 grunts down. Unfortunately, Ivor is nearly out of the game as well, so we'll do as much armor break as we can whilst we can. I think Nid is probably going to get knocked out as well after Ivor, unfortunately. But Jill and Nid can probably deal with everyone on the right flank if they hurry, that is. Let's see, Nid can use Bird of Prey and shoot no one, but we can move her, and she can hit this slinger. There we go. 2 points of armor break just to give Jill an easier time of it. I believe Krumir is going to move to Ivor's old location and do his very best to knock this grunt out. There we go. All these assholes are cut down to size. No fucking problem. Oh shit. Now we just have to actually move in with Rook and deal as much damage as possible. Let's do a bit of damage to this slinger actually. For now. We don't need to start killing these grunts because, well, I mean, it would be handy for Krumir. I'm sure he would appreciate that because he's actually losing a lot of armor right now. We'll get Alette to use Thread the Needle, and for a willpower point, she can take out two grunts, probably, I think. I'm not sure, actually. There it is. Okay, yeah, she actually got 2 grunts with 1 shot. Just 1 shot. Okay, Jill is actually going to take out the slinger right now because very much tired of his shit. Krumir is unfortunately going to have to move because he's got explosive placed at his feet. Nid can actually hit this slinger from across the map. My goodness. I don't know how much damage it's going to do. Maybe 1 point. Yeah. But it's enough to get that slinger to move its ass. Okay, Krumir is actually going to move to the rear of maybe this fire slinger over here. We'll do as much damage as we can to this guy. I think Rook and Alette are also in danger of being blown the fuck up, so we'll have to move them as well. Rook will probably move over here. Actually, maybe he'll take out this. No, we're not even gonna bother. We'll move Rook over here. He can shoot this slinger and do 2 armor break. I'm thinking that explosive will take out that grunt. There it goes. It will also fry Alette, unfortunately, and there she goes. She has been knocked out by some slingers, and I'm rip-roaring mad about it. I gotta say, I'm actually so fucking pissed. Even though I don't sound it, I've actually got steam coming out of not only my ears, but also my anus. And I'm now being lifted off the chair, and I'm gonna have to... I'll see you guys later, bye! Just kidding. Obviously, I'm still sitting, and what a weird thing for me to say. But anyway, we'll get Nid to do some armor break here if I were to click properly. There we are. Jill will, of course, move into position. Jill, the untouched virgin he is, and I don't mean in the sexual manner. I just mean that he has not been hit at all this battle. Krumir is immediately going to evade those explosives, and he will take out the slinger because fuck that guy and his bombs. And Krumir has actually gained... He's gained a promotion from that, but look at that. He has more bombs laying at his feet now. And by God, if I was Krumir, I would be feeling quite picked on at this point because everyone is just taking his name, kicking his ass. Okay, we've got 1 slinger left. There goes Krumir. No, he's still alive. There goes Krumir. There he goes. My goodness. Nid is also going to move in position. She's going to do some armor break on the slinger, and then, of course, Rook is going to move in and basically... I think Rook is also untouched as well. Like the virgin snows of the first snowfall. He's untouched. Okay, there we go. We have fought the battle in Hawkstorp. A few people have been knocked out. Krumir has received a promotion. And we have gained, like, 9 renown? Yes, 9 renown as per usual. What is this? That doesn't do anything. Anyway. Alright, here is Hawkstorp. It looks fine. I don't know what everyone's saying. Dead bodies, fire, and flames. No. This place looks lovely. It's even got this nice bridge. There's, like, some bushes. We got a big yaks thing. This town is nothing but ghosts. And now it's covered in more dredge bodies too, due to our battle, that is. Remarkably, as you're about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tattered market stall, with a couple of items in front of him. He hums to himself as if nothing were wrong and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into the caravan before you leave. Okay, so we actually did save one man, which I guess makes it all worth it. We killed some dredge, we found and saved one man, and we didn't actually lose anyone, apparently. Let's talk to Nid right now. She's apparently just chilling up near these stables for some weird reason. I have no idea. Maybe she has an affinity for the Yaks. You know, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Nid, your rook, I know. We've actually been traveling together for a long time. Isn't it strange how you can be so close to people and not know them? Every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. I wanted to thank you for letting me join you. Let's see. We consider our response. Have you always been such a good shot? Where are you from? You're welcome. I should be going. Let's basically just extend our arms out, throw up our middle fingers, and just stick them right in her face. Because you're welcome. I should be going. No, I'm just kidding. Let's actually find out what is going on with Nid at this point in time. Have you always been such a good shot? Honestly, I never even tried before Oddleaf made me. I spent my whole life making clothes, cleaning. Oddleaf's good, but I don't think it was all her doing. It feels right. I just look where I want it to go. Anyway, I feel better. The caravan, the people worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad I can do something helpful. Okay, where are you from? Oh, shit, I fucked that up. Don't think anything of it. We all have our own problems to deal with. Okay, I just told her off, and now we're about to leave. I meant to ask her about her whereabouts. Unfortunately, I screwed it up. Okay. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something. Wow. She returns to her tent where her boys are waiting for her. Oh my goodness, she has sons. Let's shack up with Nid, everyone. What do you think? Should we get to banging Nid or what? I mean, she has sons. That would certainly, stepsons, but that would certainly make the whole bloodlines thing easy. We wouldn't have to bear any future sons to carry on our awesome bloodline because, of course, we've got some sons. I don't think it really works that way, but anyway, let's check out the market. Let's see what the old man had. He had some obsidian powder. We've seen that. And this Spordreki Burr. I don't know what this character is. Some Old Norse thing, perhaps. And we've seen both of these before. And we're not really into it. I wish I could buy supplies, but unfortunately there are 0 available. And we have exactly 1 day worth of supplies. That is. I guess let's take a look at our heroes. We've got some renown to spend on promotions if need be. 18 renown, that is. That is not a whole lot. And I think, well, we can promote Ivor, and that would allow him to equip his Farthingjord, so we may as well do that. Let us promote Yingvar, and give him that stupid belt. You know what? We can also increase his skills a little bit. Let's give him 1 more point of exertion, and 1 more point of armor as well. There we go. Now he's an absolute tank. We'll give him the Farthingjord. We gave the World Hook, I believe it is, to Krumir. I can't remember how to check what this is. There we go. World Hook. Now, for some reason, it's deciding to show. What else do we have? We've got the Shapersky Stone. Some sort of Jewish stone, I suppose. I don't know. Shapersky sounds like a Jewish name to me. I don't know why. Anyway, we've also got a Valka thread, which would be good to give to somebody. Avon has been given an item, and it is the Haldan's Razor, which gives him 3 willpower on rest, which is amazing for him as he actually uses a huge amount of said willpower. This Valka thread would be good to give to someone, although no one has the skill, the level, I should say, to equip such an item. So I suppose we'll just abandon that for now. Come back to it at some point. Let's see. Let's take a look at the map here. Check out Hawkstorp and Sigerholm and see where we're headed. Here we go. Hawkstorp. This is where we are. We've read this already. We're going to walk along the road towards Sigerholm. It's on an island I had forgotten. Oh, look at this. Grenlund. Amidst the many pines growing at the northern end of the Langloom Forest is a small village of hunters and woodcutters who mostly keep to themselves, self-sufficiently providing their own food, wood, and water. Well, of course they have wood. They're in the middle of a forest, and they're also woodsmen, so I don't know what to tell you. There's also another town in this forest. My goodness, Tistle. Deep in the overgrown thickets, early explorers found odd patches of prickly plants, miserable, stinging, and clawing barbs that left a rash and a fever. Generations later, a few eccentrics would discover the seasonal berries that grew upon the barbs that would eventually sell for a high price in certain markets. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Well, I suppose we could probably hit the road now. There's not a whole lot else going on. Alright. I'm afraid that we're actually going to start starving once we leave, because we do not have very many supplies, rather. There it is. Okay, so people are beginning to die of starvation. We lost a few clansmen there, a few fighters, unfortunately. Can we pick berries? Can we, like, stop for a second and, I don't know, scavenge some food? Oh shit, something has happened here. A woman's stifled screams failed to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before the expectant mother gave birth. The caravan is simply excited by the first sign of new life since the trip began. Okay. We can call for a day of rest and celebration, congratulate the new parents privately, offer the family extra rations as gifts. So, we can give them extra nothing. Congratulations on your baby. Here's an extra helping of nothing. It's a small gift from me to you on this auspicious day. My God. Anyway, we can also do nothing special, allowing the mother and child some peace. Let's congratulate the parents privately. We don't have time to rest, unfortunately, because we are beginning to starve, and we need to find supplies double time. You discreetly make your way to the family's tent amidst cheerful clansmen. You give your most heartfelt congratulations to the parents, telling them how strong the young boy looks. The mother cries and the father thanks you repeatedly. I hope your first child is a masculine child. That gives us 5 renown. 5 more renown to do absolutely nothing with. Oh my God. There goes another 9 people. The Varl are beginning to fall as well. I think there was something on the hill there. Yes, it's a godstone, and it is a goddess. Is it the Loom Mother, perhaps? Are we seeing the Loom Mother's godstone? I'm not sure, but this is quite a nice track to introduce this godstone. That harp, and it sounds like an accordion. I don't know. The godstone for Ingrid. Nope, not who I thought it was. The godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Ick, ew. Should we be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Let's inspect the godstone. Ingrid's godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though Avon tells you some of the menders have deciphered them. Wonderful. Maybe we can glean some stories from these godstones, perhaps? It's how the menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. What the hell? That is some trippy bullshit. Someone has been eating some, I don't know, some berries, some mushrooms, something, and they're seeing some crazy shit here. I do not believe this. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. The weather, how your children are doing, you know, how much a bag of shit you look. Because you're starving on the road. Sadly, Avon doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. Wow, Avon, thank you. Every single time we need you to do something, he's like, well, I don't really know how to do that. But Juno would, which, I mean, really fucking helps us, considering she's in Sigrelholm and we're on the fucking road. As you're readying to depart, you hear screams from near the main godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor, his arms across your chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. Alette pushes past and gasps. Stop! Shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. What have we seen? The bundle? Is it like a bundle of sticks? Some stones? Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure, its hand searching for something it can't find. That's a baby? It's a baby, everyone. What? It's a fuck. That dredge is a woman? Apparently, we've been taking babies on the road. We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time. Okay, leaving them to die? In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women with children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading. They're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness. Something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivor, you knew? Why? Why didn't you say something? Okay, so apparently we've been killing women and children, leaving babies to die, etc. Ivor apparently isn't shaken too much about this. He's known about it the entire time, and he's neglected to tell us this, unfortunately. So now we have to press Ivor. Ivor, say something. Ivor? Question mark? This isn't the time. Okay. Ivor? Question mark? The most passive-aggressive thing we can say. When I was young, I killed one of the Sundir during the Second Great War. We called it Raise. Every time we would build our defense, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon Raise deep in a snowstorm. Alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe. It twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. And that's how I killed a Sundir. When I found my way to Grafheim, the Varl wanted to make me a Kendir, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skogir, where no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. Dramatic as fuck. So Ivor apparently killed a child of a massive dredge, and that's basically why he exiled himself. Which is fair. That's a very sad and depressing story. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby? She asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. We can put it to a vote. We can insist on taking it with the caravan, insist on leaving it behind. We can also stay out of this one. I would prefer to put it to a vote. But I don't really want to leave it behind. I want to know what's going on with this dredge baby. Maybe we can raise it to be one of us or something, and it can learn our language, and we can have fun. We can draw some pictures. It would be really good. Let's insist on taking it with the caravan. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take in the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Well, suck it up. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. Okay, so we gained an item. Vadran's silver brooch. So apparently the brooch is of import, but the baby, not so much. I guess. That's what this game is telling me right now. Very material, if you ask me. Alright, we're back on the road. We're heading towards this faint glow in the trees. It's kind of freaky. Some more people are about to starve here any day now, unfortunately. Okay, you're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area that Varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. What is going on here, I wonder? Oh, it's Krumir and Ubin, at it again. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a meat house than battling a Sundir? No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Vars. Take some warriors, plow headfirst into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost, now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them? Have you never heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? Both Varl halt their debate when they suddenly notice you watching. What's this about? Don't stop on my account. You're planning to confront the dredge? Yeah, let's get into the thick of it here. You're planning to confront the dredge? Following us? Seriously? Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The Voyas were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Belua pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be the oldest Varl in the land, Ubin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krumir. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Oh yeah, I seem to remember now, Ubin being all bent out of shape because there was a Varl named Krumir out there, apparently older than him, and he took quite great offense to that. But anyway, old rivalry you've got here, apparently. Comments like that remind me, I've already wasted too much time doing nothing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming, Gengva? You can ask Belova for your arm back. I don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Alright then, I'll tell Hatterborg you said hello. Krumir and a good many Varl warriors head out towards the growing army of dredge. My goodness, he just charges out of the camp like a complete badass with a band of warriors following him. There we go, negative 40 Varl. Is he going to come back? He always has before. But this time feels different, I fear. I guess Krumir is taking the Varl that he joined the caravan with, and now he's fucking off into the hills. There he goes. And he's going to attempt to... Oh my goodness, we are depressed as all hell. We have very poor morale right now as we head into the fairy forest of Fangmere. I don't know, I just made that up. Nothing's really happening. We're just... Oh, here we go. My mistake. Right when I said nothing was happening, something happened. A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thickens until you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt, but the screaming wind drown out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent that not everybody is where you last saw them, and a quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. We can make a thorough search for lost clansmen, ask volunteers to scout the immediate area, make a bonfire, and wait for missing members to return. Move on, saying a blessing for the lost. Commit an hour before searching, before departing. Let's ask some volunteers to scout. Plenty of volunteers step forward, and you send them in each direction for a predetermined amount of time. The scouts return mostly empty-handed, and family members plead for more time to search. Let's commit another hour here. While calling out for missing family and friends, the clansmen trample the snow into a boggy slush. Any chance of finding tracks are soon lost, and the caravan slowly submits to their solemn failure. We only lost 8 people there. It's depressing. Okay, well, there's an additional few more people dead there. Oh my goodness, negative 32 clansmen. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Oh shit, Krumir. Gather round, doubters! Echoes a shouting... Oh, fuck. Echoes a shout in the distance as Krumir and his band of warriors break through nearby foliage. And behold, the invincible Varl! The caravan is thrilled to see Krumir return safely. My fucking god, he's done it. Did the plan work? Asks Ubin. Work? Responds Krumir. Of course it worked. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. Krumir, you son of a gun. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these, Krumir says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Varl. He leans in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with a raven's nest and a hair tie. Okay, so we've gained another item. Our morale has just become poor again, as people continue to die off due to starvation. Sigurholm is in the...
As Sigurholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud home sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Well, that's just fucking great. We arrive in Sigurholm, we have no supplies, people are dying left, right, and center, and this place is underwater, basically. My fucking god. It looks like Katrina. We've got people up on the rooftops of their old homes, of their boats, and... my goodness, how depressing. What a fucking depressing sight. Juno, of course, she must have stayed around. She must have stuck around in this flood. No, of course not. She probably hit the road by now. Unbelievable. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleif as you pull into Sigerholm. The town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. Of course they do. No, says Avon, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs up to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare, aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. By Jove, of course it's reluctant. All I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of Caravan, you've inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleif and Avon. Riveting, I'm sure. As long as we need to. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. The people here are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. I'm sorry, Avon. I think Oddleif is right. I saw a man. The whole time we were setting up, he was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find is here? Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. So now we're torn between our love interest Oddleif, our daughter Alette, and of course Avon. Well, what a fantastic place to leave it off. We've just arrived in the shithole of Sigerholm, and as you can see, it's just torn apart. A flood has ravaged the land, and houses are beginning to sink, if they haven't already sunk into the lake. And we have to talk to Avon. We'll do that next episode when we come back. So as usual, everyone, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next episode.